has been coveted by man for thousands of years. Used as a symbol of wealth and status by cultures all around the world, the current market is thriving. But where does all this bling come from? This is the Democratic Republic of Congo, home to the highest concentration of mineral deposits in the world, including diamonds and gold. You would think the people here would be wealthy. They're not. They're among the poorest in the world. Congo's precious metals and gems have made it a target of its neighbors for years. Uganda, Rwanda, Angola, Namibia, and Zimbabwe all sponsored militia groups to spark a bloody civil war for control of Congo's riches. Since 1998, nearly 4 million people have died, more than any other conflict since World War II. In the fight over gold, warlords deliberately targeted the civilian population, killing anyone from other ethnic groups they considered to be their enemy. Although a ceasefire ended the war 3 years ago, Congo still has little control of its own natural wealth. We wanted to see firsthand where all this gold comes from. So we took a helicopter to the town of Mongwalu, site of one of the world's largest gold mines. When we arrived, we were greeted by UN troops who have been keeping the peace here for the past 2 years. During the war, this area changed hands 5 times between different militia groups fighting for control of the mines.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen this. Yeah.
As far as we could see, hundreds of children and teenagers were mining for gold with their bare hands. Many of the children here were child soldiers, forced to fight on behalf of militia groups during the war. Now they dig for gold if they want to survive. 21-year-old Samuel has been mining here for the past 8 years. "12-year-old Pepito began fighting for the militia when he was 6. Everyone from local warlords to the Congolese army have been accused of extorting daily fees from miners in order to get access to the mine."
How much money do you make in a day?
Sema journée mzima nafanyaka tu sang napata tu 200 francs ou bien 15 millions ba safra ba prendre mderele.
The boys mine without any modern equipment, and the risks they take are staggering.
So basically what we've just learned here is that these kids, they buy mercury and then pour it in with the sand and mix it around to gather up the gold with their bare hands.
Mercury is a deadly poison, but the miners aren't told that.
Basi ile kitu tu atumizia atuie jumano jwale sibiko uzita kwa kukongolesha na ile ora maibo. Atujie mano jwale mpaka kule.
Miners who are continually exposed to mercury typically develop neurological disorders as they grow older and can suffer permanent brain damage. In a more remote part of the mine, the boys dig for gold in tunnels deep underground.
I'm going to go inside and see the conditions that they work in every day. Take me in?
Holy. Okay. Wow. I'm literally on my stomach, crawling through. The tunnels can go as deep as 50 yards into the ground. It's not uncommon for miners to get lost and suffocate because of the lack of oxygen.
Oh boy. It is pitch dark in here. I don't know how these guys do it.
It's dark here.
Okay.
It's far.
Yeah, it's very far. I can't believe that these kids work in these conditions every day now. I never want to go back in there again.
After I caught my breath, the boys told us that just a week earlier, a mine like this one collapsed, killing the 2 miners inside.
As you can see behind me, there's a few guys who work together, and they all work for one big boss who gets 30% of what they find.
Other boys are forced to turn over all their findings and are paid with buckets of sludge. If they find any gold in the sludge, that's their pay.
Gold, right there, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, miners sell whatever they found to buyers set up next to the mine. This is the gold's first stop on a long journey.
They weigh it with matchsticks against a match. So you found 1 matchstick worth of gold, 2 matchsticks worth of gold. So he sold about 1 matchstick worth of gold, which is about, looks like it's about $3, $3 to $4. And that's a day's work for him. So he says it's been a good day.
These gold traders will then take the gold to larger trading towns where it exchanges hands again. The only road to these towns is rough and outside the zone patrolled by UN peacekeepers.
So the reason that we see so many cars speeding down the road here, kind of it looks a little out of control to us, is because they're carrying gold and they don't want to stop because of the militia.
To avoid the militias, we decided to hire a plane. In the next town of Middleman, the streets were lined with shacks and huts of the local gold dealers. The entire economy in towns like this revolves around the buying and selling of gold. It seemed the further we got from the mine, the more money we began to see.
So from here, they're paying money for the gold, and then they give the gold to the big bosses, and they don't know where it goes after that. Okay.
Many of the dealers were afraid to talk to us, because most of the gold in this area is smuggled into Uganda to avoid paying taxes. After the gold reaches Uganda, it then hits the world market, where gold is selling at its highest price in 25 years. Yet little of that reaches Congo's miners or helps the Congolese economy. And though the Democratic Republic of Congo has more mineral resources than anywhere else on the planet, it remains one of the poorest countries in the world.